something or whatever. All right, so we are live, and
Maybe.
what's the YouTube?
Oh shit, I don't remember.
Is this where we have that?
Yeah, I don't remember. Hang on.
So we're trying to figure out how to find out what
Oh, there we are.
YouTube.
It's youtube.com/user/I think podcast.
Yeah, but that's not gonna. That's just gonna take you to the page. It's not gonna be
Yeah, yeah, and
this.
then it should say that I'm broadcasting live on that page.
Should it say that?
It should say that.
Wow, you
Absolutely.
know what? I'm gonna look at the YouTube on
The
my
mobile
phone.
version of it. Well, that's a good idea. This
Oh,
camera's a
look at
piece of
that.
dog shit.
The first thing that comes up is this live thing going on.
Well, can you hear us?
I don't know.
Am I making any noise? Yeah, here's something. All right, yeah, I think that's us. But yeah, look, our camera's completely doing this thing again, where it doesn't want to stay focused. Like it can't stay focused. Fuck, dude. We can't do it if it's gonna be like this.
Well, how do we make it not like that?
Um,
Can you make it more light from the window? Like, can
that'll
you do the
that'll be more
blinds
light
down?
behind me.
I don't know. Be more light in general. Something's got to happen.
It's a
Does that make
beautiful
it
fall
worse?
day in
That kind of
Denver,
makes it
Colorado.
worse. I don't know. Well, the letters are still really clear.
Yeah, man. It's because they're not coming from the camera. We didn't ghetto rig like a HUD up there. We didn't.
Maybe it's dirty.
What the camera?
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe it's
maybe.
trying to focus on dirt on the lens. Fuck yeah, screw that sucker.
Whoa.
Did that do it?
I don't know, man.
It kind of looks better.
It does actually look a lot better.
It does look better.
All right, so yeah, maybe it's just dirty. So yeah, if anybody watched the last episode, you'll know that we obviously did not get a new camera. We still have the sucky one, so please send your donations now to the Children's Hospital something. you Here, you want to pack this thing right here? I don't know if we have any water in it. I do. Go for it, man. Are you tweeting this?
I'm trying to do the.
See, this is the part of the podcast where we desperately try to tweet out what we're doing in the hopes that someone will show up. Doesn't happen very often.
YouTube.com/user, right? Users.
User.
User slash I think podcast.
I think podcast, which is our Twitter as well. Yeah, that's our Twitter as well.
Wait, I think
Now it's gone again.
podcast.
Is it because I moved?
Done. Is that the thing? Done. Hit tweet. Is that how I do that?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, hit tweet. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Well,
Oh, look at that! It turned
this
into
is
a link.
this is happening again.
Oh well.
So the dust didn't.
Oh, it was afraid of the Canon duster though. Saw me going for it.
I think it's a distance thing. I think users are supposed to be closer to it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that
I'm still
means
getting a
that
shit
it
frame
sucks.
rate over here. Look at us.
Yeah.
Shit frame rate.
Yeah, but our other one looks good.
Yeah, well, this one should be
Is it
recording
like the
local.
real one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the local copy. The rest of it's just live.
So what happens if I go to this one?
Yeah, looks like it worked, man. Did it open up?
Live now. Look at that.
See, there we are. See, and that's how it should work. Thank you, Google, for making a good product.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that easy to figure out, but
no, it fucking was not. It should have been easier because obviously we have other things to do. But if this camera holds up, I guess we can chill out for a while.
Yeah. Oh look, the thing finally got back to me.
Oh, so you do have a balance,
Yeah,
but you just did
it
you just
just was
incorrectly send it the other day?
no, it was just acting up. And
Okay.
and I went on Reddit, and the guy who's responsible for it said, "Hey, yeah, sorry, I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
A thing was messed up. It's okay now."
Wow. Well,
And it was just like that,
okay. Yeah. Somebody
Oh.
just had to jiggle the cord on a robot somewhere.
Yeah, good job,
Yeah.
Unek PL.
Yeah.
So that's the guy who made it and is maintaining it like just out of the goodness of his heart, like
Yeah.
for nothing. Like he just made it because it was cool and we wanted it and people needed it and
Yeah.
he's maintaining it because no
Yeah,
one
I think
else
it's
is going
great.
to.
I think it's great, man. Yeah, that's an example of the community taking responsibility for itself and doing what it
Yeah,
needs to do.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What are we doing? Are we smoking pot here? Is that what we do?
Yeah, I think that's part of what we do here on the podcast. I keep looking over because I keep looking to see if there's anyone here. I don't think there is.
Yeah. So if you can, I don't know, like we're doing it on a Google Hangout, but it's on YouTube also.
Yeah.
And if you could like be in the Google Hangout,
I think you can talk to us live, or you could also tweet us on our magic phone. You can tweet us
yeah, you know
at
what?
I Think Podcast.
Tweet to I Think Podcast,
Yeah.
and we'll find a way to invite or add you to the podcast.
Absolutely.
And you can think stuff while you're stoned too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
not
we can
that
do
you
that.
aren't already, but now
Yeah,
like
we're hoping.
we'll all do it at the same time.
I started
together.
smoking a 420 today, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
good job.
I came home and I did some shit around the house, and then I started smoking a 420. I was pretty happy. So, what is it that we're smoking here?
We have some Shark Widow, which is one of the higher CBD, more medicinal strains.
Shark Widow. It's that famous. That's disappointing.
The
Yeah, the camera. If I just reach over here to this thing, see, and then it gets fixed. So I guess we just have to reach forward every now and then. Is that what we're seeing here?
yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I guess that's how.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna smoke some fucking Shark Widow. What if
We have a special guest entering the podcast.
Sure.
Yeah, totally. Come
Come on
on in.
We're live on the air here.
We don't have a
Yeah,
name tag for
definitely.
you,
Yeah.
and I
It
took
is
your
over.
chair.
Yeah, we definitely need a new web camera. This is ridiculous. We should be able to buy a pretty cheap one, right?
I got mine for $5, but it's not as good as this one.
Well, yeah, and this one's pretty terrible.
I mean, mine's barely good enough to take time lapse of my plants.
Which is something that you frequently do.
Well, yeah,
I mean, I think it's badass, man.
yeah,
They fucking move all over the place when you look at them like that.
they do.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
This time I'm trying a different way. Before I was trying to like just trace one bud because I think that's probably the most interesting to watch a single bud develop like through time. But it's really hard because you gotta like be moving the camera every day and changing the angle and adjusting the height like every day because of how much they do. So now I'm just gonna I left it looking at one bud and that it's already grown way past where the camera could see. And I'm just leaving the camera. So now the camera's focused on the second node. And maybe it'll even get past that, but hopefully it'll just watch those grow. But I'm not moving it. Like I'm just gonna leave it the whole time.
Yeah.
Because every other time I would mess with the camera and change the angle, and now I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah, it'll look like a mountain landscape when a storm's rolling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be all fast motion and majestic and shit. Yeah. So what have you been thinking lately? Did we come up with any topics for this episode, or did we just fucking completely wing this shit?
No, I guess we're gonna wing it. I did think some stuff about this Shark Widow.
Shark Widow.
Let's talk about this pot that I'm smoking here right now.
Right, right.
So my mom came to visit me recently, and she doesn't smoke pot, but she tried some of this. And she tried some other pot too. She went to the dispensary as a tourist to see what it was about.
That's
That's
awesome.
That's a whole different story.
That's
Anyway, point is that she needs glasses to read. And she's needed glasses to read for a few years. Okay. And when she was high, she was saying, I can see so crisp and so clean and so clear.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, that sounds like some stoner shit to say. So let's test this.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing to say you think you can see better, but you might just be stoned.
Mm-hmm.
So read this book without glasses. And she was able to read without glasses.
That's weird.
Well, because the reason that it's happening is she didn't even realize how bad it was, is that she has pressure in her eyes. And my grandmother, her mom, has so much pressure in her eyes that she's going blind because of it. Like her vision actually blacks out. But she's, over in Poland still, so
she's not gonna get any weed.
No,
Poland? They don't do that in Poland.
They don't do that yet.
Do they do it anywhere in Europe? Is there any medical in Europe?
Yeah. I mean, there's the Netherlands.
Well, okay, yeah, okay, sure.
I think Spain.
Portugal decriminalized everything.
Right.
Anyway,
Spain,
I think Spain is something similar. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Back to the story. She was able to read because the pressure in her eyes was relieved, and pot did that, and she didn't even realize how good she could see. Like her eyes aren't what's bad; it's the pressure pushing on them.
Yeah.
But like her eyes are actually not going bad.
That's pretty crazy.
But she can still get glasses. She can still believe that they're going bad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you relieve that pressure, and you're like, holy shit, I can fucking see?
Yeah.
Like, I could have been seeing this the whole time?
Yeah. And all it took was this.
Right.
Not like, laser treatment or
this.
fucking...
Come on, focus, you focuser.
Try it again.
It's
hold it up again.
Doing it. Yeah, we regretfully apologize for this camera.
Yeah, but do we have a Bitcoin thing? Like a donation address?
Sure. If you would like.
Oh yeah. I think we held it up at the end of the last one. I think I said I was going to put it in the comments, and I don't know if I did.
You probably didn't.
I probably didn't. See, that's
the
problem. If you would
like to donate to the show, see if you can stand that. And then you'll have the address and text form so that. So fucking degraded. Maybe I have the angle back.
Hang on.
That looks pretty good.
It's trying the contrast and shit. Nah, it can't get the detail. I don't think it's working, man. You see all those little faded dots? Those are the real small ones. It doesn't have the resolution through.
Should I stand up and like not be as shaky? Will that help it? Like, how about that?
Oh, there it is. That's got it. Yep.
Okay, so that works.
That
so
definitely scans.
The point is you have to stand up and like actually.
Yeah, it says Bitcoin tips. See?
Yep.
Yeah. Fucking A.
Bitcoin tips.
See, sometimes we're just fucking. Yeah. Yeah. So
you
donate now. Donate
Bitcoins.
now. Donate Bitcoins. Tip Bitcoins because we're doing a great job. Are we being in the least bit entertaining, or are we just rambling on about some crazy shit? I mean, we did just talk about your mom's eyes, which is pretty cool. So
Right, like she was
Yeah.
able to see.
which is fucking that's pretty intense. That's a first hand account of well, I guess second
Yeah.
hand.
I mean, to me, it was firsthand.
Yeah, because yes.
I mean, because I was there, because I was the one who said, let's put this to an objective test. Like, read this book. I want to see. Are you just stoned, or can you really see better? And yeah, it was real.
The
She could
test
see
was
better.
passed, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then being stoned was just a bonus. Um, I was thinking this kind of stuff, and I talked to you about it a couple days ago. Would
Yes.
driving be safer if there was no such thing as insurance, there was no such thing as seatbelts, and the steering wheel had like a big metal spike and shards of broken glass
That's
in
right.
the center?
I do remember talking about this.
Like, would people drive more carefully if that was the condition?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think people would just have heart attacks and be really stressed out when they were driving. And they would drive like 10 miles an hour below the speed limit. But then again, it doesn't have to be you that precipitates a car accident,
Right,
a collision.
right,
It doesn't have to be you.
right.
You could be obeying every law. You could be driving defensively. You can have several car lengths between you and the guy in front of you. But at the end of the day, you might get fucking hit. You might just get fucked up, and then you're dead because someone else did that. Well, shit. You know?
Yeah, so I think for one, it would deter a lot of people from driving in the first place.
Yeah, sure.
I think that would be one thing.
Sure.
Is a lot less people would drive.
Yeah.
And just by the fact that there would be so many less people driving, it would automatically be that much safer.
I don't know, man.
But
It's ridiculous.
But I think that it would still be safer because people would you know be required to have more responsibility. Like the
Okay.
consequences would be immediate and horrible.
Right. But again, yeah, the consequences are immediate and horrible, but it doesn't have to be your fault at all. It could be somebody else.
Right. I'm saying that somebody else is probably not driving anymore. And if they still are, I think they've changed their mind about how to drive.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not buying it.
I mean, I'm absolutely not saying that anyone should ever implement this as a real thing to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but just as a thought experiment, like how would things be safer? And you're pointing out ways that they would not be safer. Sure,
Yeah.
and that's valid,
Right.
right? Because yeah, sometimes shit happens, right? Sometimes you fucking slip on ice and just hit the curb or whatever.
Yeah, you
You know?
just die.
Like sometimes shit just happens.
You would just yeah.
So there is
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But you're just saying so many less people would be driving because it would be inherently very dangerous.
Right.
So basically, it would be stupid to drive.
Almost. Right.
It would be a dumb move to get in a car and drive drive yourself somewhere. But like, I mean, like would public transportation be okay? Then yeah, then everybody would just fucking take public transportation. There'd be buses everywhere. There would be buses and like small shuttles, like everywhere. Because why not? You already have the roads.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you already have that infrastructure. Just put it to use with a huge bus network. There's so many cars. Every time I drive through Denver, I realize how many cars there are in this city.
There's a
And
lot
like,
of cars.
because no matter what time I go out, it could be 6 in the morning, could be 9 in the morning, could be noon, could be 3 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Doesn't matter. All fucking day. There's a million fucking cars out. There's just people everywhere. Every single day. It's fucking crazy.
I have a really shiny spot on my head.
You want to get some powder? Can we get some makeup? No? I don't think we have anybody.
I don't know. Maybe I just like that one spot. It just has the right angle to be shinier. Okay, whatever. No, if you were watching that, then you saw what I saw the first time I saw it.
Speaking of a shiny head, there was. Do you remember seeing that guy in Baghdad at the DFAC late at night? His head was gray. His head was like dark gray. It was shaved completely bald and looked like it was waxed. So it was shiny as fuck. And it was like battleship gray. Do you remember that guy? I remember eating late at night, fucking towards the end of our tour, a fucking bunch of times. Do you remember doing that? Fucking you, me,
We always went to lunch.
Yeah. No, we always went to lunch, but
And like that was my one meal a day.
no, but it was after we played poker.
Oh yeah, okay.
Sure. We'd fucking stay up late. We'd smoke hookah and play poker until it was late, and then we'd go to midnight chow, and it was fucking delicious. Yeah, we did that a bunch of times, man. Anyway, there was a dude. His head, he like I said, he shaved his head. Looked like he waxed it, and it was battleship gray. It was just gray. Like he didn't have any hair, but it was still gray. It didn't make any sense to me. I've never seen it. If you don't remember it, then
Yeah,
what the fuck ever.
Yeah,
No,
I really don't.
Whatever, man. Fuck it.
I think you seem really far from the microphone though.
Yeah?
Well, and you're just not that loud in general.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'll take that. Sure. We can fix that in post. No, we really can't.
No, we can't, right? Like that's too much to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, if I could do it, if I could just like set a program to just run it and like take out background noise and boost the vocals, I would just do that. But I don't think I have that ability.
Yeah, like not
I don't
now.
think I have that.
Like, could we figure that out? Yeah, I guess we probably could somehow.
Maybe.
I bet there's like some Linux stuff that could do it.
Oh, I don't know about that. Media stuff is
Not the Linux.
no, not the Linux. No. Some Windows, a lot of Mac. Mac is a lot of media stuff. So maybe, maybe you could just, like I said, I just want to run it through a filter and just call it done. I don't want to sit there and work on it.
Yeah.
I can't be doing that. I smoke too much weed to do that. I think. Yeah.
I don't really see how that's an excuse.
No. I think I just smoke too much weed, man. Like, my time would be better spent doing other things, but it's not sometimes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you're saying that you're not going to do anything productive when you're stoned, and then you choose to get stoned more often than you choose to do productive things.
Yes, I think that's true. Yeah. And I'm trying to fix that about myself, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what happens sometimes. Yeah, sometimes unproductive. Shit. Sometimes. So we still have 0 viewers. If anybody was wondering, the live broadcast has 0 viewers on Google Plus anyway. I don't know if I can tell from the YouTube. No, it just says one watching, which I'm assuming is me, on Google Plus. So I don't think that's happening at all. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So what else were we going to talk about? Do we have any other topics? Do we have anything left over from last time? I forgot to check.
No, I
There's
don't think
I don't
we
have
did.
anything in my notes, but I'm assuming something did occur at the end of the podcast that we didn't have time for. I don't remember what it was though. Not at all. Not at all.
Hey, what day and time is it? It's
Well,
Monday, right?
it is Monday, the 15th of September,
At
2014.
1932.
Yeah, 1932. It's 2014.
Okay.
If any poor unfortunate soul from the future finds this,
Wow.
you
Yeah.
have stumbled deep into the internet. I don't know how you have found this. That's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
Yeah. But we live in an age where everything is archived, where
It's all somewhere.
your daily
all
actions are archived in a gigantic timeline of your life.
Is it on you?
Yeah, it might be. Can you imagine like your grandkids could go through a play-by-play of your like 20s? Like just look it up on the internet and watch a play-by-play of your life.
Right.
That'd be so crazy. That
Wow.
would be ridiculous.
Wow. Or you could watch that yourself and and remember better things that you could have done.
Really, you would be filled with regret? Regret?
Well, no, I'm saying like everybody's done stuff that, 10, 15, 20 years later you don't remember that stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
And
Yeah,
it
it's just
was
totally
stuff
gone out of your mind.
that you probably learned a lesson from, or if you didn't, you should have, eventually if you thought about it, but no, it's just not there.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you could look back on a timeline of your Twitter or of a blog that you keep or of
Right,
a Facebook or
right.
something, and you can see photos. You can have video links. You can write
Yeah.
fucking paragraphs. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's just a record of your shit, and you can just go back and look at it. And then other people can respond to it like at the time, and you can go back and see their reactions and responses to the shit that you fucking said. That's pretty interesting. But are people that interesting?
I guess that would depend on what you're interested in.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, fuck, if somebody's got a blog about their cat, which I've heard many people do,
yeah.
uh,
I
well,
think this is cash, by the way.
who's interested in that?
Yeah,
I'm not.
probably nobody. Probably nobody. But I mean, but then, like I said, think because it's public knowledge. Like your grandkids could do that,
Right.
or like,
Or
yeah,
like new people you meet that just want to find out who you were or where you came from.
yeah, they could just look back on your shit.
Like your
Yeah,
history would be open.
yeah,
Like people wouldn't have private histories anymore.
yeah.
And people
I
couldn't
guess.
have like it would be like the word history, his story, right? Like
Yeah.
It's the actual accounts that, well, hey, this is what we have proof
Yeah,
of
but
happened.
I
Like,
gotta think.
regardless of what stories people tell.
Yeah,
Because
and
everyone
regardless
tries.
of what you remember, because you forget, 90% of the shit you've ever fucking done, right?
Sure.
Let me just make up a number real quick.
Right? Like, I
Um,
mean, who remembers every fucking time they've ever tied their shoes? Right? Who remembers every time they've ever blown their nose? Who remembers every
Yeah,
single time they've ever got a haircut?
that they've watched Seinfeld, that they watched TV. You probably don't remember like 90% of the TV that you've ever watched.
Sure.
It's just gone because it was so inane and pointless, or it was just filled in by an avalanche of newer material. Yeah, yeah. So, but I gotta say that there would be a lot of material on there that you wouldn't want to remember. You know?
Right, like there'd be no value in its memory. It was literally time that you had wasted.
Sure, it could be time that you wasted, or I mean, it could be something, like an old relationship. Like if you like tweeted a bunch of photos of you and somebody, and then you went back like 5 years later and you're with somebody else and be like, that would suck.
A little bit, okay. I see
If
where
they
you're
just
coming
looked
from.
through your whole history, you'd be like, oh, geez, I really didn't like. I wouldn't want my significant other to see that. That would not be good. So, like, if you broke up with someone, you would have to go back and delete that trail. You have to delete like 100 fucking tweets.
Which would
Oh
still,
man.
be somewhere.
Yeah, which would still be somewhere, probably. Sure. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's a project out there that just archives every tweet ever, like separate from Twitter. Like
Yeah.
as soon as someone tweets something, it puts it in the register, and then so even if that tweet's deleted, you can go to the Twitter archive and see that it was posted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the NSA is doing that.
Yeah, that seems so ridiculous. That seems like the biggest waste of time and money ever.
I actually don't think it's that bad.
Really?
Well, okay, I think it's bad for us now.
Well, okay,
Right?
well,
But look to the future when 100 years from now they'll have the most detailed records of
of
civilization.
everything, yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, do you think that nothing's
But
gonna
it's
change in the
so
next
much
100 years?
useless data. It's so useless. Every time somebody tweets about a fucking new shirt that they
Okay,
got, fuck,
sure,
dude,
sure.
fuck. And then everyone's reaction to it, and then the reaction to their reaction, and sometimes it's just utter horse fuckery. There's no way around it. And sometimes it's worthwhile. Sometimes there's an interesting conversation, or sometimes there's something about like a live event that's happening. Sure, but sometimes it's just fucking bullshit. Like I fucking tweeted that I went hiking in the fucking mountains. Like I tweeted that. Like it was fun. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I tweeted it. But who fucking cares? In the record of mankind, in the billions of human beings that exist, who the fuck cares that this fucking white guy living in fucking suburbia fucking went hiking one weekend? Who the fuck cares? Nobody.
Yeah, but you don't know that in the future, like, people might be like, let's say shit just keeps going downhill. Let's say nothing improves in the next 100 years, and society goes into this like horrible dystopian sci-fi future where everyone still smokes cigarettes for some reason.
It's very film noir. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Lots of dark, smoky rooms. Yeah, sure. Like Blade Runner.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Or oh man, what was that movie with Harry Tuttle?
Harry Tuttle, who's that?
Man, it was an old ass movie. Nah, you know what? Never mind. It was about the future and it was really crazy.
No idea, man. Who's Harry Tuttle? What else was he in?
Nothing. That was the name of a character. I don't know an actor.
Oh, well, damn. I got nothing.
And they accidentally got him from a typo and his life was ruined. Like whatever.
Sounds weird as shit.
It was pretty weird. It was
Oh man.
I don't remember where I was going with that. Like
I
when
don't
I
either.
started.
But we were talking about a dystopian future,
Yeah, yeah.
and somehow the record of me going hiking one weekend
Right. Okay. So let's say
mattered.
shit is that horrible, and people are so afraid to even go outside because like everyone just lives in fear, and that's why we end up with a dictatorship because everyone's just afraid.
Sure, sure.
And even if that happens, like someone will be able to tap into that and be like, people used to just walk off on their own into the mountain. Like, holy shit, that fucking happened.
I guess. But in such a dystopian future, why would any normal person have uh, access to such records?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess like someone finding them would be the start of a movie,
So
and then stuff would happen.
I guess we should write the rest of the script before we sign on actors, or do you want to start casting people right away?
Oh, who did you have
Because
in mind?
I'm thinking
I haven't thought that far.
I'm thinking we need a flashback between the current now tweeting and a dystopian future full of dark smoky rooms. Yeah, so we need to cast somebody in the past as the person who went hiking. Yeah. Did you have anyone in mind?
No.
No.
Look, I hadn't even thought of it that far.
Yeah, I don't even care. So
We'll
yeah.
let the producers figure
Sure,
that out.
yeah. Tweet us later. Now we have 0 viewers, so am I not watching it anymore?
Wait, maybe someone was watching and then they gave up.
Maybe.
Hey, if somebody twitters right now,
Somebody tweets right now.
if someone tweets right now, uh, we'll know that, right?
Yeah,
Like your phone will make a noise.
It'll
or
definitely notify me on here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
your phone will tell us.
Yes, there will be a push notification to me. Yes. So just more Shark Widow. Yeah. Yeah, it is. What the hell is that?
What the hell is? Oh,
Seriously, where did that come from?
wow, there was no. There's.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was. That was a good one.
Ooh. Yeah.
I don't like the camera being there.
Okay.
Like, I
Where?
think more there, and like, but facing still that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I'm.
You want to look here?
Right, like I want to look here, but I don't want to look here because that keeps drawing my attention, and I keep looking over there. So obviously, I want to look over there more.
Right.
But I think if it was here, it wouldn't be that much of a stretch that I could just keep glancing over to this, but be on point. And
Sure.
to you, it because of where
Dressing
you're
the whole
at,
audience. Yeah.
it's not that big of a difference,
Because
I'm on the
shorter
edge.
angle.
Well, no, like either way, you're gonna be kind of in the middle, and that's why it doesn't matter. Whereas I'm on the edge, so like it makes more of a difference to me. But like think about a tire spinning on a bicycle. How much does the inside move? it doesn't. But how much does the outside move? A lot.
Right. Sure. I have no idea how long we've been broadcasting. I just realized that.
Oh, should we have been like timing this or something?
Well, usually I can tell, but I don't know if that's gonna be. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work.
Hey, is that our
do it over
Twitter?
here.
Is I think podcast? I just noticed it says that over there.
Yeah, yeah, that's it's branding. So if someone sees this and likes it, they can just start tweeting us immediately.
Awesome.
Like if this is like after the fact by a long time, just fucking tweet us anyway. Just say hi.
Yeah, that would still be awesome.
That would be
That
definitely awesome.
That would be more awesome because sure, you might not have been able to have seen it at this time, like that we're live right now. But if you stumble upon this in the future,
Stumble upon. Yeah.
yeah, like you can still Twitter us at I think
You can still
podcast.
tweet us. You can still
Tweet us at I think
tweet
podcast.
is the verb. Because it's English, we have to make it complicated. It's Twitter, but you tweet.
Right.
Fuck, I am fucking baked.
Yeah. So
Fuck.
what stuff have you been thinking?
Oh, wow.
Is it in your phone? Does your phone tell you what to think?
No, my phone is a fucking thing. Fuck. I'm fucked up. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. All I can think about is me trying to think about it.
So where does that go? Is it like a fractal?
I don't know. I don't know if I can go that deep.
Like the more you think about it, the more the loop just keeps expanding and repeating. Like, yeah, like a fractal.
Yeah. If I try to get closer to it, I get further away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a negative reaction. Yeah. So yeah, now I'm just thinking about fractals and thinking about what not to think about. But what I should think about is something that I'm thinking about. Stuff. Yeah.
I guess more accurately, can you recall a recent thought that you've had?
There's a recent thought right there. I have a Minecraft poster on my wall.
Yeah,
For the popular video game Minecraft, which has sold like 12 or 13 million units in the course of its being out for a few years now. 4 years? Something like that? 3 years? Microsoft bought the game company and the game for $2.5 billion. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. They're gonna make a Minecraft too.
Microsoft is gonna make it.
Well, I think they're gonna try to have some legitimacy to it by keeping the game studio in charge of it. But I think it's gonna be terrible. I think it's gonna be a fucking disaster. That's my prediction. Just upon, like I said, just hearing the news and seeing that came out today. I think it's 2 point. Let me look that up. Let me
I don't know. Like
source this
I
real
don't
quick.
think that it necessarily has to be. Because you said they're getting the original developers in on it.
Yeah, they bought the whole game studio.
Okay.
Yeah, $2.5 billion.
Right.
They bought the whole game studio and the license and the IP. They bought everything.
Okay.
I mean, they have Like, I mean, Minecraft is a video game about kind of like, moving blocks around, and there's a large kind of pseudo naturally occurring environment. There's different biomes. There's creatures that roam the world, and you can shape the world using using dirt and wood and stone. You can build giant cities and or just dig underground, and it's a really really neat exploratory kind of game. Um, and they've been adding massive chunks to it. They added like when I first started playing, it was pretty simple, and eventually they added horses and the ability to ride horses, and they added all these advanced materials. They have this stuff called redstone where you can build giant logic circuits out of out of wires on the ground. So when you build a computer, it's like a gigantic. You can build it as big as a mountain. They're giant analog computers. I mean, it's super deep. It's really complex, and I think it had a distinctly independent flavor to it. It had a distinctly independent uh, creation. Microsoft is anything but independent. So I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how they're going to recapture that magic in a sequel. I mean, they could just make more of the same. They could they could just make
Okay.
they could make like just like an advanced version, better graphics, tons more stuff, a better interface, a faster style of play, and
Okay.
just call it two.
So I'm not saying this is what is gonna happen, but this is like the best possible thing that could happen, which means it's the thing that's not gonna happen. But the best thing that could happen
uh,
is because Microsoft bought all these people and what they were doing,
right, bought these people.
right, and their product and everything,
Uh-huh.
uh, then it should be those same people making, Minecraft 2 that and just getting paid more to do it. And Microsoft should just stay out of the way. Like
Right.
own them, own the overall
Right.
own the overall profitability of it,
Yeah.
but
Just
just
leave
stay
it
out of the
independent.
way
Right.
of the production of it,
Right.
like or of the content.
And
Stay out of the way of the
that's
content.
the last thing that they'll do.
Oh, you think that they're
That's
gonna
the last thing that they'll do.
like strongly impose their will
They
over
will
the content?
strongly impose. They will walk in the door with like, okay, these are like production points. They will be like the executive producer on a movie. They're who's really in charge. And then the guy making the game is like the director and the actors. So uh, the producer says, "Here's what the movie's kind of gonna look like. Here's the general. Here's the here's how we're gonna make it." And I think they're gonna go for like a super bright, fucking. I think it's gonna be like a super bright, like HD bright, running at like fucking 14K resolution. It's gonna be super bright and high res, and it's gonna be they're gonna add a ton of stuff, and they're gonna add a ton of blocks, and you're gonna be able to build cars, you're gonna be able to move around in vehicles, and they're gonna add tons of customization options. They're gonna add different pieces of clothing you can build and different types of weapons, and they're just gonna expand it and make it huge and 3D and like I said, like really really vivid and really really neat looking, but still kind of low res, kind of pixelated sort of graphics, like a little bit, just so it looks like the original Minecraft, you know, kind of fucking like they have basically square pigs. Everything's a block, like all the characters, everything's all fucking 90-degree angles. Um, it's super regimented. It's kind of block and everything's really pixelated. So I think they're just gonna go full force. They're gonna pour a ton of money into it. They're gonna pour way more money than it needs into it. They're gonna have a gigantic marketing budget. They're gonna have previews at E3. They're gonna fucking write articles for fucking PC Gamer magazine and mail that shit in and here's why you should be excited about this game, and it's gonna be a gigantic game launch. It is gonna be huge. Minecraft 2 is gonna be huge because they just shipped it for the consoles. They just shipped it for the PS4 and the Xbox. And so that opens up a huge market of fucking people who didn't have access to Minecraft before.
So there is Minecraft on Xbox and PlayStation?
Yes, on the current gen consoles. Yes. Yeah.
So that's PlayStation 4 and Xbox One?
Yes.
Because again, like when we say current gen,
I mean,
like what if people are watching this 100 years in the future?
Sorry. Yeah, it's 2014, boys and girls. So, yeah. So yeah, they just expanded that. They have a huge new markets now. Like I said, like console users who aren't PC users because it was just a PC game.
Right.
And yeah, Microsoft's they're gonna change. They're gonna put up like some crazy digital model. They're gonna fucking launch it on. I don't know how much they're gonna change it. See, there's another thing about Minecraft. It's written in Java. It's written in Java, and we're on Java 7 as of this broadcast. So it's written in a very high level code, and has huge databases. Basically, it has an XYZ database of every block in the world, and it's either open or it's occupied by a block of a certain code, and that's just the block. And there are these things called chunks, and it's like 64 by 64, and top of the ceiling to the bottom of the world. They're just columns of information about what blocks are what, and a lot of them are open because it's fucking sky, and then it goes underground, and it's just giant catalogs of blocks, and it's written kind of inefficiently. Like it's slow to load a lot of times. It's got a lot of inherent kind of limitations where it can only go so far with its technology.
So you're saying the same concept written in a different language,
which is what Microsoft's going to want to do. They're going to want to write it in C++ because that's Microsoft's language. They're going to want to write it DirectX 11 for the graphics, and they're going to want to write it in C++ because it'll be a Microsoft game. Which I don't know, man.
Is that necessarily a bad thing?
I don't know. Might not be.
Is there some advantage to it being written in Java?
No, definitely not.
Okay, so then
definitely not.
It would not be a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's probably a better choice. Probably. I don't know.
If it's a language that can do more.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll have to look back on this and remember fondly how we pontificated about what the fuck's gonna happen. But yeah, I think that'll be pretty close. Like I said, they can't help themselves. They're gonna pour a ton of money into it, and it's not gonna work. There's such a thing as too much money, but they won't know that. They're gonna, like I said, they're gonna pimp the game at like E3, which is like it's like the Comic-Con for video games. It's the Electronic Entertainment Expo. There's just a bunch of I think it's just video games. Yeah. It's just a giant convention that they do once a year. It's super commercial. Giant
Yeah,
publishers
sure.
like Microsoft just dominate the landscape with, not like a couple of booths for their games, but like entire wings of the expo center are just devoted to giant Microsoft exhibits where they like have they'll set up like a giant movie set from like some video game that they're promoting. They go all out.
Well, because they
They
have
don't
the
spare
money
any.
to do it.
They do. They don't have any. They don't have any reason to spare any costs. They're just fuck it. Let's just pay for it.
Well, I mean, so I agree with your reasoning of why they would change all of these things, but it doesn't follow. Like, I don't understand why would changing all those things necessarily kill it. Because you're saying it can only be a bad thing that Microsoft
Yeah.
is doing all this stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm saying, okay, it sounds like they're going to do a lot of stuff, but some of it seems like it's for, you know, to actually make it better.
I mean, it might. It might be a better thing. Sure. I just don't think. I think it'll be completely overhyped. I think there'll be way too much pressure placed on it. Like it's Minecraft 2. It has to be the best game ever created by mankind, and it fucking might not be. And then if they start like pushing the release date back, everybody will start freaking out. Like, what the fuck?
Wait, hold on.
What's wrong with the game? No, dude, it's a whole game that the publishers and the magazines and the fans. There's this whole weird dynamic in making video games like that. It's fucking weird. It's
So
fucking
all right, like
weird.
in Minecraft world, people who live there or go there regularly,
Go there regularly, yeah.
um, like they're to them it might be like the biggest game ever in the history of
Yeah,
games.
there's a convention every year for Minecraft. It's called Minecon.
Yeah.
It's just it's like as big as like Comic Con or something. I mean, I don't know. Let me try to back that up actually. Find out what the fuck I'm talking about. Let me look that up. See if we can do that. We could just look it up. So 7,500 fans attended the 2013 convention in Orlando, Florida.
And you said there's been like 13 million people that are on this.
That have bought the game, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, so it was held in the wake of Minecraft's growing popularity as the Xbox 360 version of the game sold 3 million copies. So, yeah, let me just click on.
Yeah, but
Let me just find out what it
wasn't
is.
Call of Duty like 60 million? And games like that, don't they sell like way more?
Not necessarily, no. Like usually The Sims is usually
Can
like The Sims are the highest selling game. So let me let
Okay,
me let me look that up. Let me
yeah,
look that
highest
up.
selling games. This is
Um,
all pretty interesting stuff to be looking up because I never really thought about it. I knew that there was money in it, and
yeah,
Twitch, right? Like the guys
yeah,
doing Twitch are the guys that were doing Justin TV, which is the way that we were doing this podcast.
yeah. We were doing it on there, but
And he can tell you more about the tech side of that.
so there were a million purchases on January 12th, 2011. There were a million purchases. I think that's about when I bought it. Less than a month after entering. Yeah, yeah, that's right. It was right after it went into beta. There was so much buzz on it. I just started watching some videos and I said, "Holy shit, I really want that game." And then I bought it and I started playing it. My buddies started asking me about it. I'm like, "Yeah, it's this thing called Minecraft. Check it out." And they're like, "What the fuck? Like, wait, how much is that game?" And then they fucking buy it the fucking next day.
And how much was it?
It was like 15 or 8. I think it was $18.
Oh,
I think it
okay.
was 18
That's
US
reasonable.
dollars. Yeah. Yeah, it totally was. And mind you, the game is in beta, which means that it's not fully released. There's it starts out as whatever, as a shapeless kind of form, and then it goes into alpha, and then it goes into beta, and then it goes into release. So as of 25 June 2014, the game has sold almost 54 million copies across all platforms.
Okay.
I guess that's kind of high.
Yeah. But this is the first original Minecraft you're talking about right now.
Yeah. There's just been no sequel to it. There's been a bunch of kind of clones. There have been a lot of games that kind of build on that premise, but like in different directions. But definitely using Minecraft as a main influence. So it's a landmark video game. Landmark. Like changed video games. Like the way SimCity changed video games. The original SimCity. Someone invented a city sim from a top-down view. You're looking down at a map, and you can place roads and zones, and people move into your properties, and you have to balance a budget.
See, like I guess having seen games that are like GTA, right?
Yeah, in complexity. Yeah.
Where there is this structured storyline, and yet you could just go off and do your own thing, and it like challenges you to mess with the system and what kind of crazy shit can you do in it, right? Like it challenges people to want to do stupid shit.
That's a game like that.
And Minecraft is a game that you're describing as a thing that is like that.
It gives you a giant world.
So I guess that's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem that groundbreaking or revolutionary.
No, completely. No, it is, because you can shape everything in the world.
Sure.
The world is,
in Battlefield, you could destroy everything in the world.
No, you can't though.
You like tear down buildings and shit.
Yeah, you can tear down buildings, but you're in a little sandbox.
Right.
You're in a box.
Right.
And you're running around a little diorama of which is a level. But this is a completely open world. This is a literally infinite world.
Yeah.
You can explore in any direction infinitely. And it will just keep generating chunks and keep generating landforms, and it'll just keep doing that forever. So, and like I said, you can shape everything in the world. Everything. If you want there to be a mountain, then you build a mountain. What's that noise, by the way?
What noise?
I don't know.
What does it sound like?
I don't know.
I don't hear it.
It's like a rustling or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Your fish was moving rocks earlier.
Okay.
Have you ever heard it do that?
Yeah, he's fucking crazy. Ben Murphy.
Could it have been that?
Crazy motherfucker. I mean, it completely could have been that. Yes.
Because I didn't hear that, but I did hear something similar to that a little earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I have to get some water.
Yeah, you wanna like give me one too?
Yeah, you wanna talk to the folks about
stuff?
Yep.
Yes, I'm gonna take your chair too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I want to see what the camera angle is like from this side. Yeah, see, like this one, even if I sit up close, and this is pretty good. This is a good spot. It sucks to be all off on the side, where it doesn't really work. And I don't like where the camera is. Should be more, whatever. That's stuff that we're gonna improve, hopefully. We'll see. And I don't even know what he was looking at. Like, I wouldn't even know if we had viewers or not. But if we do, you can tweet at I think Potcast. like it says on the top of the screen, and we'll get that. Even in the future, we'll still get that. Uh, yeah. I didn't get very far, and I'm glad that you're back with the water. I mean, one thing that happened is I didn't like the camera angle.
You didn't like it any better from over there?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you sit there for a minute and see how it is.
I guess what it is that you're here and the audience is here, so I have to turn like almost totally away from the audience.
Right.
I'm at a greater than a 90-degree angle.
Right. And what's worse is from being there, the microphone is here.
Right.
But the camera is there.
The camera's here and you're here.
And
I have to do three things. I have to project across a big angle here. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe if it was more in here. Yeah. Kind of under the Spock poster.
Mm-hmm.
Think that'll work? Under hopeful there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Yeah. We'll have to block it. Yeah. We should work on this more, honestly. Because we just kind of show up and we're like, okay, well, here's what we're doing. And we attach the camera to a random thing in the room.
Yeah, like that thing that it's attached to
in the studio. Yeah, I mean it's not like that's not ideal. No. So yeah, maybe we should work on it more. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably be worth it. Yeah.
And the lighting in here is pretty grim.
It does suck pretty good. I got my super bright light over here, and then I've got a crap light directly above me. Yeah, my apartment came with really crappy lights.
You know, if you just take that cover off, it would be way brighter in here.
Yeah, maybe.
It looks like there's a couple of dead bugs in there.
Sure.
I always wonder, like, how do they get in there?
Fuck, I don't know, man. If there's even a seam open, a bug will find its way in.
I understand how they might not be able to get out.
It's light and thinks it's out.
Yeah.
It's gonna get out.
Hey, come on in. Did you want to be on the thing?
I can't reach it.
What are you looking
My
for?
arms are super short.
What are you looking for?
The whiskey.
This is
Sorry
how
to ruin your broadcast.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Whiskey's important too.
I mean, I think it's our fault for having a refrigerator in the studio.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be better if we had like an office to do this in. What do you think?
Isn't that what this room's supposed to be?
It is, but it's more than that. It's more than that. It's like I said, if we just had like some office space, we should get how much is office space?
Way more than we can afford.
Really?
Yeah. Like
That's disappointing.
I think that we can afford like as much as $3.99.
That much, huh? That's amazing. Can we write it off as a business expense?
Yes,
Okay.
but you'd still need the money first. Yep.
Yeah, I just don't know how to make this generate money. I just don't see it happening.
No, it's not going to. I'm pretty sure because that was never really the goal, you know.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Can you get commercials on Potcast?
Can I get commercials?
Yeah. Can you get like we related businesses to give you commercials to give you advertisements? Like would you read off an advertisement for Blackout X?
Sure. You know what?
Sponsor.
Sure. I would.
Yeah.
But If it was something that I had used that I thought was crappy,
Then you would not.
then I would not.
Well, there you go. Then you are taking the Joe Rogan advertising stance.
But like if it was a thing that I didn't know any better, I would just state that I don't know any better. I haven't tried it.
Well, maybe
And
maybe part of the sponsorship deal is they could like send you one. Try it.
sure, yeah.
Be like, yeah, I tried it, it was fucking great. Or I tried it and it was fucking shit. It's broken. It didn't work. So anyway, go to the website and buy your own. You know, fuck it. Fuck it. And then just read off the news. So yeah.
And yeah, if like they wanted to give me money for that, fucking
Sure.
yeah, I guess I'll take money to say stuff.
It would, raise our production values. We could even have a better face up there. You know? I mean,
Well,
I do like that one. That one is pretty good.
Let's at least get it to the right spot first.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so, but of course the viewers at home can make it better. How can they do that? By donating to that Bitcoin thing, you have to rewind and go to that Bitcoin address. I managed to scan it, so I'm pretty sure it worked.
Yeah, do you want to read it off for people typing it in?
Really? That's a fucking terrible idea.
Do you want to do a Bitcoin poem where you make up a word out of every character?
That sounds completely insane.
It can be.
Yeah. That sounds insane. So yeah, we're about 45 minutes in.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I think that sounds like an accurate estimate.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty deep in this fucking podcast. I feel like I'm there. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty there.
Yeah. I think I should disclose that I ate a cookie.
That's right. I forgot to ask you about that.
Yeah, I ate someone's homemade cookie before, and I didn't really start feeling it till more than an hour and a half.
So is that now?
No, it was a little while ago, like 15 minutes in, so like half hour ago.
I mean, this shark oil is supposed to be medical stuff, right? The clock.
Yeah, it'll still get you it'll still get you high.
Yeah, I think it still works. I think it still works. Yeah. Shit.
I just like smoking a different strain a lot of times.
So did we look up the top selling video games of all time?
No, but that's
You
why
wanna
I'm gonna
switch
give you
and-
the chair.
Yeah,
back.
let's go back to being who we really are. Right.
Oh, but that was it.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
I guess I'll just be more in the corner.
I drink so much fucking water when I smoke.
Do you drink so much water throughout the day that it makes you need to drink water more?
Kind of.
Like your body doesn't retain any of it because there's always such a steady supply of incoming water
Sure.
that like you
Maybe.
would dehydrate easily.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a real thing.
I kind of think that it is.
Okay, here we go. So the best-selling video game of all time is Tetris.
143 million copies sold.
Right.
That's a lot.
Which is just Game Boy, Game Boy Color, NES, and mobile phone. That's it. So not the thousands of clones. Not the, everyone's phone has it. Every Second is Wii Sports at 82.5 million. And third is Minecraft at 54 million. So it's the third best-selling video game of all time.
Wow.
That's some huge market permutation. That's huge. That's a landmark. That's more than a landmark. That's huge. Super Mario Brothers NES is 40 million. Mario Kart Wii, which is a very fun game, 35.5 million. GTA 5, which just came out last year,
34 million.
34 million. That is about to come out on PC.
So that
January
number's
27th.
gonna like hit the 100 million mark.
It's gonna, I don't know if it'll be 100 million, but it'll probably easily sell 20 million units on PC. I mean, it just, and people who already own the game. Like, my buddy has it for PS4. He just hates the controls. He thinks they fucking suck dick.
Oh yeah, and
So,
PC like is way
It's much
more
better. Yeah,
customizable.
absolutely.
Wait, is that the word I was trying to say?
Customizable.
Okay, yeah, that's the word,
Sports
right?
Resort is 32. Modern Warfare 2 is 28. We play New Super Mario Bros. 3,
27.
Modern Warfare 3, GTA 4.
What's towards the bottom of the
Black
list?
Ops 2,
Let's
Connect,
skip
and
a bunch.
Dogs.
Oh, so hold on.
Pokemon.
Where's the Sims? The first one is The
The
Sims,
Sims
2
2 at 20 million.
for
Wow.
Windows, and that's just PC only, and that was 20 million.
And Windows and OS X, so Windows and Mac.
Oh, sure, that's what that means.
And then right below that
should've
is
known.
Skyrim, which is a role-playing game.
Yeah, and that's a
Swords and
PC.
Sorcery. Yeah, PC, but also PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
Oh, okay.
And the reason it's so good on Windows is because there's a built-in mod system. People can make their own missions. You can make your own entire story. You can put in new monsters. You can do whatever you want basically. You can make whole new sections of the game. So there's tons of replayability. Battlefield 3, okay, 20 million. Brain Age, Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, this one sucked. Nobody liked this one. I mean, it still sold 19 million, but it sucked compared to fucking Modern Warfare 2, 28.
Yeah, but people had been people kept buying Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, people. I mean, definitely, sure. Let's go
was
by.
World at War on that list just because of the zombies?
Yeah, right here, 15 million.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, sure.
And even while that one was out, people were still playing Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2, everybody thinks is the best.
Like that was the good one.
That was the best one. Yeah. And then since then they've had Black Ops, and then they had Black Ops 2,
and then I gave up and I never played Black Ops 2.
And then they have Ghosts, and I think Ghosts is
one.
not.
I never saw that one.
So then we have it by platform. Let's go to PC. So Minecraft is at the top with 16 million. So 16 million of it is just okay. That's just PC. So in World of Warcraft, which is PC only as well, is PC only. I don't think you can play 360. I think it's just PC. Is 14 million. And that's a much older game.
Yeah, because a lot of people have gotten on that.
Diablo 3.
And more people have gotten on Minecraft than World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
Because,
I guess that's a pretty huge
what
thing.
you get is a lot of kids like it. It's a kid-friendly game. Because there's not a lot of violence. It's not super hard.
Like, is there even a point to it? Like, is there?
There's you can do certain things, like you you have to mine a certain kind of mineral to make a gate to go to another dimension, which brings you to another map. And then while you're there, you have to look around and find a certain kind of special fortress that rarely spawns. So you're gonna have to explore really far in this really hostile environment, and then you can fight a dragon at the end. And if you kill him, then you kind of win the game. But I mean, you can keep playing, or you can not do any of that and play for 1,000 hours. You know. So it attracts hardcore gamers who really want to fucking play, who want to build shit as fast as they can, and build huge giant monuments, and fight monsters and get better minerals, and but then it attracts people who just want to make artwork. You can there's a creative mode. You can fly around and just create whatever blocks you want. So you can make giant like artwork. You can make giant monuments of like Super Mario or something. And people do that shit all the time. There's a whole thing where some people just play it just so they can draw giant shit.
Wow, they learned that as a medium,
Yeah.
like just to use it as a medium.
Yeah. Yeah. So the oldest game on here is Myst, which is 1993.
I remember that when that came out.
Myst was a good game.
That was before we even had a computer.
Yeah, that was and then the other old one is Half-Life, which as a shooter was a landmark shooter.
Right.
That just introduced a lot of new systems, a lot of new gameplay, produced a great engine, and then hundreds of games.
Yeah, like that was the best one since Duke Nukem, or I mean since Doom.
Yeah, like
Because Duke Nukem was still the same as Doom.
It was basically the same. It was almost exactly the same. Yeah. Doom was a huge one. I played Doom like when it first fucking came out, like in the early fucking 90s.
I didn't.
My grandfather.
It came out earlier than that on Nintendo.
Really?
Look
When
up
did Doom
Doom.
come out?
It was on the original NES.
Doom video game, 1993.
Oh, okay. I guess it was 1993 or 1994.
Plot. Yeah, there was a plot. Gameplay, development, engine technology, release. The development of Doom was surrounded by much anticipation. A large number of posts to internet news groups about Doom led to the syspage of cares. The first public version of Doom was uploaded to Software Creations BBS and an FTP server at the University of Wisconsin-Madison on December 10th, 1993. Doom was released as shareware. There was a concept called shareware.
I remember that.
With people encouraged to distribute it further. Although most users did not purchase the registered version, over 1 million copies have been sold. Popularity helped the sales of later games in the Doom series that were not released as shareware. That's right. I always want to play Doom 2, but I just had the shareware. But then eventually I fucking got the game. But originally I just played the shareware. Man, I played it so much. My grandfather had a fucking he worked for IBM, so he had an IBM computer, and I got to play on a computer in like the early 90s, when that shit was completely alien to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really, really cool. It was fucking awesome. It was so primitive to what we have now. It was so fucking primitive. And I remember when he first started getting online. Like he was online before Windows. He was online back in the DOS days.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just being like I didn't quite understand when I'm like, wait, so you're just connected to another computer, like in like another state somewhere, like you're just connected to it. You can see what's on that computer. And he's just like, yeah, and then I can download these files, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm downloading all these picture files. Because people would just like put some people would put a server up at a university and just have like a bunch of photographs of whatever on it. It might just be like a nature book or something. and they would just put it with like some photographs, or they might be fucking hand drawn things. They would just circulate around randomly. It was fucking weird, and I didn't quite understand. Like I didn't really get it. And then one day we fucking got AOL, and then I understood. Yeah, to what it is now, to us literally broadcasting across the world, live for whatever reason. Looking up Doom, which came out in 1993.
For whatever or for no reason.
Yeah, originally it's for DOS. Man, that was fucking crazy.
I remember it for DOS.
So DOS, Windows, Linux, Amiga, Macintosh, SNES, Sega 32X, PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, iOS, Symbian, which was fucking Nokia's operating system. It obviously didn't go anywhere.
I never even heard of that. Has anyone ever heard of that?
Risk OS, I don't know what that is. Jaguar, Sega Saturn, Nintendo 64, Zodiac, I don't know what that is. 3DO, Xbox, Xbox Live Arcade.
Huh.
In 2013, a version of Doom was ported to the Commodore VIC-20, a vintage 1980 introductory home computer, having only 3,583 bytes of basic RAM. 3,583 bytes. Holy shit.
So that's 3.5 kilobytes, right?
Yeah, about, sure. Kilobyte of RAM.
Yeah, like not
And
a
an
megabyte.
8-bit processor with rudimentary graphics, no sprites, just 8 colors. So they didn't really port it for that. If it had 8 colors, no sprites. So all you could do is show 8 colors on the screen in different pixels. That's fucking stupid.
Of how many pixels?
I don't know. As much as that is 3,500 bytes of RAM can hold. Not to mention you have to run like things moving around on the screen. So anyway, yes, Doom was very cool. Yeah, Doom was huge. Doom was a seminal game, and everybody played it. Eventually, everybody fucking played Doom.
Yeah, or had at least seen it.
Half-Life 1 was one of those games.
Right.
Where it kind of changed everything. Half-Life 2 was also very awesome, and again spawned tons of games built on top of it, and sold millions and millions of copies. So very popular on their part, but still a little bit fucked up. They decided they were gonna add some episodes to the end. They added some new enemies. They had like a little story. It was gonna take like 6 hours to get through this little extra part. Cool. They did chapter 1. They did chapter 2, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do chapter 3. And that was like 6 years ago. They just never got around to that shit. They just never did. They've developed like 5 or 6 games in the meantime, but they just haven't got around to it. I guess they're just never gonna do it. I mean, they haven't said, look, we're never gonna do it, and they always get asked about it, but they said that we don't have any news.
It's gotta be like back there, like in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Like
it's at any time you could just pull that.
Right, like fuck, we don't know what to do. Okay, this is like a last ditch effort kind of.
But it's so old now, you'd be developing for a very old game engine. What they need to do at this point is develop a whole new engine. They need to develop Half-Life 3.
Right.
Instead of an episode 3 to number 2.
Oh. Right.
They need to develop a whole new technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Valve has it though. Valve Steam.
Right. That would be the thing to do.
The most popular game service for PC. Huh?
That would be the right thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, they haven't said anything about it. There's been any announcements or anything. I mean, there's just a couple of rumors every now and then, but it doesn't amount to anything. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And they can do that. They can just sit behind this wall, this veil of secrecy, and just not even say anything, and nobody can make them come out. They have complete control over that, which is kind of weird.
I don't know. I mean, they have employees, and employees know things.
Yeah, they do, and sometimes they get asked about it, and they never say. They never say. Yeah. Yeah, they're just they're super secretive. Like just like Apple is super secretive. When they're when they're coming out with the new
Right.
product, they're like nobody knows about the iPhone 6. Like it hasn't been announced. There's been no specs. There's been no pictures. There's been nothing.
I
The
think
iPhone
it was
6.
announced yesterday.
Right. No, it was announced. It was announced a few weeks ago. But building up to it, it was just pure
No, like
speculation.
the official announcement, and like fucking YouTube
Yeah.
played at it and shit.
Yeah.
And there was like a fucking big deal about it.
Yeah. You could watch a live unveiling of it, but you had to watch it on an Apple device.
Right. Yeah.
That was like this big exclusive thing. What a fucking stupid publicity stunt it was. I mean, it's good marketing, I guess, but you had to watch it on an Apple device if you want to watch it live. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's some really snobby shit. It really is. But again, like I said,
I support their right to do it.
Yeah, obviously, I do too. Whatever. If you want to be part of that cult, fucking go for it. I don't care. But building up to it, there's no leaks, there's no specs, there's no photos, there's nothing. And then they announce it, and then a month later it goes on sale. So they have a very tight control over their market too.
So the 6, it's not that much different, right?
What?
The iPhone 6.
No, I don't think so. I don't even.
Have you seen it now?
No.
Oh, I haven't either. Should
Don't
we look
even
at
care.
that?
No. We want to look up stuff about history. I mean, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, the history of
Of
Doom.
video games, yeah. And then there was Doom 4, which was just retitled Doom. But I mean, yes, I guess it wasn't what they thought it was.
Yeah. Well, because it wasn't any different.
Right. Well, it was there was just a bunch of like weird gameplay mechanics. Like you have like most of the game's really dark.
Yeah.
You have a flashlight, but you can't have your flashlight and your gun out at the same time.
That sucks.
So you have to switch. So you have to look around in the dark and then take out your gun and shoot at the darkness, and take out your flashlight again, see if you hit it.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, obviously people, because it's a PC game, people made mods for it. And, they were like the first mod for the game was called duct tape, and it was duct tape. It was just you have a flashlight on your gun. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And it was like the most popular thing. Everybody downloaded it and started using it. That's how they just should have made the game. Like, why didn't they just do that?
Right.
Like
that people had to take it upon themselves to fix it.
like
Because you fucked up that bad on something that
Yeah.
simple and that's
it's
fundamental,
just simple.
so important.
I mean, it just makes the game so tedious to switch back and forth between these two fucking things. And then constantly shooting at the darkness, and I think it's gonna be over here. Oh, I just shot a wall for no reason. You know?
So I take it that you've played it.
Yeah. And I got the fucking flashlight mod, and I was happy.
Yeah, I don't remember ever playing that one, so.
No. Yeah, so we've been going just over an hour now.
Is anybody
No.
anybody
No,
on
there's
on
actually
Twitter?
zero. No, and nobody's been on our tweets. No. What do you think?
I think it's all right for me to say, is there anyone on Twitter?
Yes, I believe that there are still people on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's nobody that's talking to us
Through Twitter.
through Twitter.
Okay.
Not happening.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's September 15th, is that right?
Yeah, is that right? I guess so. Yeah, that is right.
Yeah, 15th. It's Monday.
2042.
We just decided to quickly do a broadcast. So,
I guess that was all the stuff that I was thinking about recently. And you talked about stuff that you were thinking about
we
recently.
did talk about stuff, and when we talked about video games, we talked about Minecraft for a while, which is very interesting and very popular video games.
So you Minecraft, right?
Yeah, I run a server on that laptop.
Oh,
Same
on that one
servers.
that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see that, but
Yeah,
it's right there.
sometimes I run it on that server. Yeah, I haven't run it in a little while. My internet's been less than great.
And
prior
so
to
what does
that,
that mean if you're running a server?
I'm running a persistent world, and my friends can just connect and play in that persistent world.
So you set the rules of that particular universe,
Yes.
and other people, like, who can log into it?
Any of my friends, anybody who I've talked to, and I add people to a whitelist. That's how I run it. You can run it public, you can run it public with a blacklist, or you can run it with a whitelist.
So only people that you've pre-approved can
Yes,
come onto
sorry,
the
yeah,
server.
a whitelist
Onto your
is a,
server.
yeah, a whitelist is a pre-approved list of
Yeah.
usernames that are allowed to connect to my server. Yes. Yep.
Okay, that sounds like a decent way to do it.
Yeah,
And so what is your world?
it's
That's in the server.
it's a big world of stuff. Thanks. It's a
What was that?
it's a big world of all these fucking, there's just connected, right, they're randomly generated biomes. There's snow regions, and there's mountainous areas, and there's plains, and there's oceans, lakes, and there's swamps, forests. There's lots of stuff, and it just goes on forever. Like you could just keep walking in any direction.
There's no end ever.
No, I mean, you could probably get it so big that like, remember I was talking about those databases. You could get it to a point where those databases would be totally unwieldy, and it would start crashing. Yes, but
I mean, okay,
theoretically, it's infinite. Yes, it's the software is written to be infinite. Let me put it that way. It might execute errors, but it's written to be infinite.
Okay, so if you could, change your point of view and just take your point of view up, and look back down, could you get up far enough to see the Earth?
No. No, you can't. No.
So like
It's
a million
it's
miles.
completely it's a I think it's a flat world. It's in that when you create the game, it creates a 000 XYZ,
Okay.
and then the area around it is known as the spawn, and only administrators on the server can change that area. So and then from there it just kind of builds the world around you. So, but when it's building up, it only goes up to I think it's 255, and then when it goes down, it's 128. And then once it goes below that, it just stops creating the world, because like the last like 3 or 4 layers are what's known as bedrock. It's just unbreakable blocks.
Mhm.
So if you're just playing the game in what they call survival mode, so like creatures can hurt you and you have to find food and eat it, otherwise you'll starve to death. You have to defend yourself from dying. Uh, you can't break through that bedrock at the bottom. So it only goes up so high and it only goes down so far. But in the X and Y is infinite.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is what I mean, because it's completely flat. It could just go out literally forever in X and Y and plus X or minus X and minus Y. It just goes forever. So, yeah, it's a weird game. It's kind of weird. It's kind of strange,
And it's the most popular game ever.
and Microsoft just bought it for $2.5 billion. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. I guess we'll see what happens. Like I said, they might make it good, they might make it better, or they might make it not better. So who knows? We'll find out. Yeah. Let me check how long we've been going here. We're coming up on we've been going for about about an hour 20. You think you want to do an hour and a half?
Yeah,
Do you
sure.
think we can wrap it up?
I don't know. Should we just wrap it up? I think that we should smoke another bowl and then see what happens.
Yeah, that's probably
Because that might.
We should have a send off bowl, and if you're smoking with us, well then you should smoke too.
I mean, yeah, our picture of you is smoking with us.
So you should absolutely be doing that. We should roll a J for that. That'd be great.
Yeah, I thought about doing that.
Yeah,
but-
well, we'll do it for the next one then. Or we can do it right after this. I don't care. I can go for a J. I haven't had one in a while. So yeah, thanks for watching or listening. If you're still with us, I'm kind of impressed. Thank you. If it's just on in the background, then you don't get quite as much, accolade. But thanks for staying with us.
Yeah, like speaking of on in the background, the other day we were attempting to watch Getting Doug with High,
Right.
Doug Benson's YouTube thing, because he
Quite
had
popular. Yes.
the three main characters from the Trailer Park Boys
Which is one of our favorite shows.
as his guests.
We've talked about that show a couple, or at least once here on the podcast, and
Yeah, I think so.
We're big fans of that show. It's fucking badass.
So we had
On in the background.
so we had Rob Wells and John Paul Trombley and Mike Smith on there, and we were trying to watch it, but at the same time we were talking over it the whole time, and so like I didn't know what the hell was going on, and yeah, like just having it on in the background wasn't worth having it on. Like it was more of a distraction than anything else, and
Yeah,
we were actively not paying attention to it.
We had more to talk about than we had to watch. It was more entertainment to talk to each other about all the fucking crazy shit we were talking about.
Yeah.
Because by that time, we were pretty baked on that ice grapefruit. We were pretty baked on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I was excited that I got some. I didn't get anything yet. I ordered some seeds.
Yeah.
Of Ghost Train Haze.
Ghost Train Haze. That's such a crazy name. It's
It's
pretty intense.
It's apparently like the strongest or most potent strain currently like that has been made.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that, but that's what they say, when they sell you the seeds. I don't know if that's really true or not.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, it should be pretty potent, is the point.
Yeah.
and I also got LSD. The plant.
Yeah, the plant version, not actual.
Right. It's just called that.
Um, distribution floppy disks. Fuck yeah, dude. You remember floppy disks?
Yeah, I sure
Fuck
do.
yeah, man. I think I've still got a few floating around. Just as a fucking relic of the past. Floppy disks.
Yeah, those are pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but they could hold such a tiny amount, and then CD-ROM got standardized and came out. Everybody had way more to do. You had 700 megabytes.
Right.
It was ridiculous. Like the first
So how
the first like year of programs, like a program was like 100 megabytes.
Okay, so how big is Minecraft?
How big is the game?
How big is the program?
It's like 35 megabytes.
That's it?
It's so tiny.
That's it?
Like I said, dude, it's just the game itself is only a couple megabytes. You know what? I think it might be up to like 40 or 50. Let me actually check. Let me get a first-hand source here. Minecraft properties. It's 31 megabytes.
Wow.
31.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing just is
The whole thing,
runs
all
online?
the code, all the textures, all the models, everything in the game is 31 megabytes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really
Now
amazing.
the world, if it's, I mean, you can walk for like 10 minutes in one direction and then just like this explore that in a big circle, and your world will be like maybe 100 megabytes. You can make them huge. You can make them gigs. You can make gigantically huge worlds, gigs and gigs large.
And that's what people are into.
And some people are into the giant ones. Like what I'm into is just playing with a few friends. What I'm too into is playing with like 6 or 7 people.
And so what do you do?
Sometimes all at once. I fucking build stuff.
What stuff do you build?
I build fucking castles. And I build giant underground fucking things. And I build
Underground
bridges.
things and castles? Okay.
Yeah, I build bridges. I build fucking giant towers, and fucking I'll just dig a giant pit into the ground. Like I'll just pick like a square, like 16 by 16. I'll just dig straight down to the fucking core of the earth. I'll dig down 127 layers, and just look up, and there's just a skyscraper of empty earth, and then there's like sheep walking around on top, and there's like clouds rolling by, and you can just, like I said, you can shape the world however you want, man. It's you have absolute power over the world, but there's still danger to it. So you're kind of a god, but you're still mortal in that you can still get killed and you'll lose all your shit. Or you can just get killed and fucking die and have to like restart a new character.
What is lose all your shit?
Like because you have to have a lot of stuff. You have to have tools, you have to have weapons, armor. You have to have different materials to put together to make better stuff. Like you have to mine iron ore out of the earth, and then you have to put it into a furnace.
So,
you have to make the furnace.
Is there a free mode?
Yeah, there's a creative mode where you can just place any block anywhere at any time.
Okay.
And you can basically, so you can just draw, or yeah, you could make a giant castle if you wanted to.
So are you saying you make castles for real as opposed to the fake way?
Right. Yeah. I gather the resources. I gather fucking tons of cobblestone, of stone from underground, and then you have to put it into a furnace. Like I said, you have to make the furnace out of fucking a bunch of rocks, and then you have to put coal in there. You have to mine coal, and then you bake the rock, and it turns into these nice stone blocks, and then you place them to make a giant fucking castle. And you're subject to gravity, and you have to build like ladders to climb up the side, or stairs and shit. I mean, it's this giant sandbox. It's a giant first person sandbox. Like if you and a bunch of kids just decided.
Hold on, so people can work together. Like you'll have one guy that's just making bricks, and then one guy that's laying them.
One guy's laying them, and
But you don't have to do it all yourself.
No, yeah, and that's the great thing is with playing with small group of people, you just get together and you make fucking whatever you want, man. Absolutely, yeah. So for me, this is a lot of camaraderie. It's a lot of fun to play with other like we like the one that I was just running. We built a village. Well, we found a village and we built a fortress around it. The village is a naturally occurring thing in the world, and there's these NPCs that kind of walk around and make stupid noises. And you later you can interact with them and like trade with them, and get stuff. Uh, but they just kind of hang out. So we built a fortress around them to protect them from because at night where it's dark, uh, bad guys will spawn. Spiders, zombies, skeletons that shoot arrows. Just a kind of random assortment, motley crew of enemies.
Spiders, zombies, and
Yeah. Oh, and that guy right there, the big green guy, he's he's a little bit shorter than a player. He's called a creeper. He doesn't make any noise. But when he sees you, he'll run straight towards you,
and you don't ever hear.
And then he'll go psst, and he'll explode.
Oh man,
he's a suicide bomber.
What an asshole.
Yeah, dude. He is the biggest asshole ever. And when he explodes all the blocks around him too. So like he can fuck up your shit. He can fuck up your fucking castle.
But what if your castle is good?
Yeah, if it's layers deep, and if you put like a moat out there, you can make moats out of lava if you want.
So would that make his explosion very much less?
Yeah, he would fall in the lava and then he would just die. I don't think he would explode. He would just get melted. So if you guys can hear that train rolling by, that tells us that we're just about an hour and a half here. So let's sign off then. What do you think?
Yeah. All right. Sure.
So yeah, thanks for listening and watching or whatever, and subscribe to us. I hope that thing's right side that says I think podcast, and it should be right. It looks like it is here. It looks like it's because when I brought it up first, it was all fucked up. It's backwards, so it looks good. So yeah, tweet us and write to us and tell us you hate it or tell us you love it, whatever. Cool. So. We'll see you on the next episode.